Hello there, everybody. Thanks for watching Giraffe Sports. My name is Cole Martins, and today we'll be talking about Week 4 here in the NFL. Very interesting first 3 weeks of the year, as we still had three undefeated teams remaining in the Arizona Cardinals, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Philadelphia Eagles. Two of those three undefeated teams have a bye week this week, as the Arizona Cardinals, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Cleveland Browns, Denver Broncos, Seattle Seahawks, and St. Louis Rams have a bye week here in this week 4. Now let's go on and get on to our games for week 4, as the New York Giants will take on the Washington Redskins on Thursday Night Football. Now this one, New York finally getting their first win of the year last week, as they beat the Houston Texans. Very good game between those two right there, as New York's offense showed up and the defense as well showed up, and they just played a very good game and stopped the Houston Texans defense. Well, went through the Houston Texans defense and did not let that powerful offense get through them at all. And then you had the Washington Redskins, who had a very shootout game against the Philadelphia Eagles, as a very high scoring. I think the game ended 34-31. Kirk Cousins once again looked brilliant throwing the ball. Overall, that offense looked very well. The defense just looked like it struggled a little bit. I believe that's going to be a key factor in this game, is what defense can stop which offense. Both these teams have very good players on the offensive side of the ball. Defenses are very not known that much. And in this one, I am going to give the win to the Washington Redskins. I believe they're going to have the more powerful team in this game. And I believe that just the New York Giants are going to have a turnover game in this one. And I'm going to give the Washington Redskins the win at home, 31-13. Now we do our next game, these games will be on Sunday. The Green Bay Packers will take on the Chicago Bears in NFC North battle, as the Green Bay Packers last week pretty much got dominated by the Detroit Lions, as the offense could not get anything rolling through the game. And you can see at the beginning of the game, once that fumble happened, was returned for the Detroit Lions. It gave them momentum throughout the entire game, and pretty much led the Lions to a huge win over the Packers, and the Packers now to 1-2 on the season. Then on Monday night, the Chicago Bears picked up another win to go 2-1 on the season, as they beat the New York Jets. A great job of the Bears defense in that game, as they did an amazing job stopping Geno Smith. And the offense also doing very well, with Brandon Marshall hurt in the game and pretty much didn't get any passes thrown to him until I believe he made his first catch in the fourth quarter. So Bears looking like their old Bears pretty much, with the defensive power they have and offense as well, if they can get that offense healthy. And in this one, I believe it's going to be a close one, even though it's in Chicago. I am going to go with the Green Bay Packers. I believe they're going to get something going for them here soon. They're probably not happy about that loss to Detroit. I can see Aaron Rodgers having a good game this one. Jordy Nelson as well having a good game, as well as Cobb. So I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers in this one, 24-17 over Chicago Bears. Then we're going to do our next game, which will be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Houston Texans. Buffalo, once again, still trying to figure some stuff out right now, as they will take another loss last week, and now they are down to 1-2 after looks like it's going to be a very good start for them with a 1-0 start over they beat the Chicago Bears. But right now, this team trying to figure some stuff out on the offense and defensive side. I feel like EJ Manuel's only the second year in the league, so I'm not expecting anything big from him yet. Sammy Watkins so far looking pretty good for that offense, but when those two can get rolling, they can get something going for this team, I do believe. Then for the Houston, they came up their first loss of the season last week, as the New York Giants pretty much ran right over them, kind of, and just not let off the gas. And Houston could not stop the Giants' offense, as that's kind of surprised me a little bit, because I was suspecting the Houston defense to actually have a very good game against them, but just like they didn't show up for the game and allowed their first loss this season. But I am expecting the Houston Texans to come back this week. They are at home. Last year they did start 2-0 and go to 2-14 on the season, but this year I cannot see that happening. Their team is just too good to do that, of course. But I see the Houston Texans taking the win in this one over Buffalo. The offense is going to get going. That defense is going to come back to the defense they've been playing the first 2 weeks of the season. And I believe Houston's going to win this one 17-14. Then we head to Indianapolis, where the Tennessee Titans will take on the Indianapolis Colts. The Titans, once again, last week not looking like the team they should be, I believe, as they took another loss and got shut out, as the Cincinnati Bengals and their very powerful offense just destroyed this Tennessee Titans offense. And Jake Locker, a guy I thought was going to be pretty good coming into the season, right now not looking as good as I thought he would be. Struggling a little bit with the interceptions and turning the ball over. So let's see if we can get that maybe going, get a little better, more confident like he was week 1. As the Indianapolis Colts pretty much had a dominating win over the Jacksonville Jaguars, as Andrew Luck looked brilliant last week. Of course, the Jacksonville defense, not the best defense in the league, so a lot of teams look advantage and can get some yards on that team. But the Colts, they proved that they finally got their first win of the year, so more momentum for them, and I do believe that is why they're going to win this one. Also, they are at home in this game, so I think that's another thing. And once again, they're going against another weak defense. So I'm going to have the Indianapolis Colts beating the Tennessee Titans in this one, 31-7. Then we head to Baltimore, as the Carolina Panthers will take on the Baltimore Ravens. Carolina coming off their first loss this season as a very, very horrible loss to them, as they pretty much got dominated by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Cam Newton looked like his ankle was hurting him once again, as in the game he was just stumbling across the field in the fourth quarter, which is not a good sign for the Carolina Panthers, and which might mean Derek Anderson might be coming into play for him, but we'll see later on here. As for the Baltimore Ravens, they once again got another win this week, barely getting the win though over the Cleveland Browns, as Baltimore starting to get things rolling now. And since we're on to go Cleveland, I gotta say, Cleveland, you guys are doing an amazing job this year. You guys might be 1-2, but keep it up. Let's see what you guys can do later on in the season. Maybe get in the playoffs for the first time. I can't even tell you. But Baltimore, so far 2-1 right now, getting things rolling for them after the 0-1 start. And now they're starting to get some momentum. As in this one, I am actually going with Baltimore. I'm still questioning about Cam Newton and his ankle. I don't, like they said, I don't know if he's starting this week or not. They were talking about him maybe taking a break this week once again and putting Derek Anderson in. But I'm going to go with Baltimore. I just believe they're going to keep things rolling. That defense is going to step up once again and possibly put some pressure on Cam Newton and that offense. I'm taking Baltimore to win this one, 20-17. Next, we head to New York, as the Detroit Lions will take on the New York Jets. Detroit, this last week, had a very, very impressive win over the Green Bay Packers. That was the first time the Lions actually beat the Packers with Aaron Rodgers on the team ever. As Aaron Rodgers on the team playing in the game, I'd say, as a starter ever. And the Lions look impressive offense and defensive wise, in a team that secondary was pretty much destroyed and just a bunch of backups. I was really very, very shocked at how good they played in that game. I was expecting them, the defensive backs to get ran over, but they proved me wrong. And the Detroit Lions are actually like a real team now, and they're looking very good so far this season. And for the New York Jets, last week they took a loss to the Chicago Bears, put them 1-2 on the season. And the Jets, I do believe they're a better team than what they look like right now. But it's just Geno Smith needs to learn not to turn over the ball. That's the big issue with him right now. If he doesn't turn over the ball, this team looks very, very good. It just depends on how he plays in the game. And once again here, I believe it's going to be a struggling game for him, and that is why the Detroit Lions are going to get the win on the road. It's going to be the Lions offense is going to take advantage of some Geno Smith mistakes. I'm going to expect him to throw at least 2 interceptions in this one. And I expect the Lions to get the win in this one, 28-20. And I believe pretty soon here we might see Michael Vick possibly taking some plays under the center. Up next, in the last video of this segment, which I forgot to mention at the beginning, this is going to be a 2-part segment for Week 4. This first segment is going to be for the day games. The next segments are going to be for the night games besides the Miami-Oakland game. So after this video, check that out. But for our last game of this segment, we'll have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now Tampa Bay, after last week's very, very, very disappointing game, as they pretty much got destroyed by the Atlanta Falcons, and man, they just look like a team that's struggling and needs to find something to get them going. As Tampa Bay just looking for their first win of the year here, and they just need to I believe Glennon is starting this week. I think McCown got hurt last week. I do not remember seeing anything about it. But Tampa Bay just trying to get something going here, maybe try to get something going on this Pittsburgh team. But Pittsburgh, a very, very strong defense and a very strong offense we've seen last week, as they beat up on the Carolina Panthers, which shocked me as a running game, which is something we don't really see from this Pittsburgh team. Had a very good game behind Bell and Blunt. And Roethlisberger as well, throwing a very good game. And Pittsburgh looks like they got some things rolling now. And also just signed James Harrison, who just came out of retirement. So that's great news for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is why I do believe the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win this game. I just believe the defense is going to be way too powerful for this Tampa Bay offense, and the Pittsburgh offense will be way powerful for the Tampa Bay defense. Now I have Pittsburgh winning this one 24-10. So that's it for segment 1 here. I'd like to hear what you guys got to say about this first segment. Who do you think is going to win these games? Which one of these games in this first segment are you most excited about? What player do you think is to watch in this first segment? I'd love to hear what you guys got to say. If you could please like or subscribe to my channel, that would be awesome. I would appreciate it. If you could, you can also follow me on Twitter at NewsGiraffe, where I'll give you the latest news on the NFL, NBA, NHL, NASCAR, and any other sport. You can also follow my Twitter account at ColeMartins57. I appreciate you guys watching this video, and you guys have a great day.